Let's give it a shot. All right. Fave button. Ready? I don't see very many eyeballs. Let's get some eyeballs. All right. We'll start out the same way. Item.querySelector button.fave. We'll add an event listener. When we click, we'll run something called, how about toggle favorite? Sure, we'll do the bind thing. Seems like it might be handy. Toggle favorite doesn't actually exist yet. Let's make it exist. Toggle favorite. It's a function. It will again take the spell as an argument. It's still an event handler, so it will take the event as an argument. Don't forget your comma. And once again, just console log just to make sure it does the thing. Faved. Add something. Check out our console. Faved. So that much works. That's a step in the right direction. What do we actually want to do? Well, in our object here, I'm going to go ahead and put a field favorite false by default. Actually, let's make an interesting problem occur. Okay, I'll call it fave, like that, F-A-V, false by default. Then inside here, what do I want to do? So we have the spell right here. I could say spell.fave equals true now. Or if we want to make sure it toggles on and off, just make it the opposite of what it is right now. Spell.fave equals the opposite of spell.fave. How's that? Let's add one. Did you notice the funny thing that happened? The button says false now. Because I named the field fave, which is also the class that I put on the button. And I have this thing that loops through all of the properties, finds an element with that class, and sets the thing to the value, which is false. Yeah, that's not what I want. So my solution for this was just to name the field favorite. All right, so I have fireball. I cannot set property text content of null. So what's happening? For each property of this thing, it's still trying to find a span with that class and changing its text content. So let's just make sure it actually finds an element before we start doing that. To go slightly slower, it says cannot set property text content of null on line 30. It's not line 30 anymore, but text content of null, so that meant EL was null, so I need to check to make sure it's not first. So if there is an element, only then do I change its text content and set an attribute. Okay, that error out of the way. Let's see what we got. App.spells. Fireball, level 3, favorite false. Click the button. Check it again. Favorite is now true. Oh, now it's FAV true instead of favorite. Because it just happily added a brand new, since I called it fave in one place, favorite in the other, I just have both properties. So let's not do that. I meant favorite. Let's try again. Fireball, level 3. Sleep, level 2. Let's make fireball our favorite. Let's look at our array. App.spells. Okay, fireball is favorited. Sleep is not. If I click it again, it should turn it back off. Now they're both false. Good. It seems to do something. We also wanted to change the page somehow. So maybe I just add a class to it so that it can look different. I can style it with CSS. So we'll do what we did down here, grab the button and then grab the item. And then now that I have the item, I can just like item.classList. Well, let's have a look at this. Here's the LI. I've got the LI as $0 now. Just go into my console. $0.0.ClassList. There's a toggle. So what if I toggle fave? It returns true. If I do it again, it returns false. Interesting. Returns true, and now it has the class. Returns false, and now it doesn't. So toggle will add or remove it, and it will tell you which one it did by returning true or false. So what if I did this? Class list toggle fave, and set spell.favorite equal to that. So we'll toggle the class. If it removed it, it'll return false, which means favorite should be false. If it added it, it'll return true, which means favorite should be true. Follow? So let's watch it happen. Fireball. Here it is. There's the class. Class is gone. Class is there. Favorite is true. Class is gone. Favorite is false. So let's do something with that style. So for .spell.fave, no space, remember. I want to style the LI. Let's give it a background color of goldenrod. Yeah. Turn it off, turn it on. Everything's good. I like it. Questions? All right. Add a working favorite button.